And when you see yourself, your younger self, standing there, and you're thinking to yourself, I remember feeling so alone. But now you look back and you couldn't have possibly been alone. You were surrounded by the warmth of your loved ones, and for the first time in a really long time, it felt like your ancestors wrapped their arms around you and embraced you with hopes of rewriting the mistakes of their fathers and their mothers. You remember this room. You remember the specific humidity shift that would occur as soon as you stepped in. You remember the dust bunnies that would collect on the windowsills, which would then scatter across the room like a disco ball. How the lights pierced through the blinds and concentrated on your face. You remember that this is the same room where you accidentally dropped a Shrek figure on your cousin's head, and in retaliation, your cousin kicked the chair from under you, leaving your head smacking against the warm hardwood floor. But now you miss this room. Now you miss the feeling of hitting your head against the floor, because for a long time, you had people to help you get back up. Nowadays, more than ever, it feels like you're alone. A vicious cycle, I know. In a couple of years from now, I'll look back at my current stage of life and say the exact same thing. Maybe that's just what growing up is. You inherit it from your grandpa, I've been told. I've been told that I had done the exact same thing he had done 20 years prior, and I felt shocked. His final gift to me was the interest in capturing moments, and I can only hope to capture them authentically. And so as you see so many familiar faces, the faces that flood back memories, and you can't help but wonder if those faces are still around. How many of those faces still exist? How many of those faces have changed? How many of those faces remain the same? Suddenly, your cultural roots interest you. You try to stop seeing yourself as Canadian first, but instead Filipino, but perhaps that's something that can't change. It's weird seeing everyone's life start before yours. It's weird seeing how people have grown or aged or turned out. I always used to look at myself in the mirror when I was younger, think to myself, I wonder what I will look like in my 20s.
So you say something good.
And now, entering my 20s, I look back at my 2-year-old self and I think, I wonder if he would be proud of me.
The next one.
All I know is that I'm proud of my younger self now. And all I want to do is give him a hug and tell him that things turn out okay.